Okay, can I just ask, in addition to the political videos and inflammatory stuff which we were talking about right now, at a more personal level, we are now seeing cases of cyberbullying, which are really destroying lives. You're seeing people who will take pictures of other people, in a party, for example, and post it out there. So let's not fool our, and then of course there's the issues like porn and others, which now kids are getting access to at a frightening level, which didn't happen earlier. Cyber stalking. So there's a lot of bad out there on the internet, which now increasingly people are going to have to worry about how to keep it out of their own homes. And more people are going to get exposed to this. So let me just get everyone's take on this. There's a lot of bad also on the internet. Omar, you want to go for that? And then, let's go in reverse direction. Shekhar.
Look, basic principle is still the same, that what laws apply anywhere should apply to internet. Now, I'll go back to the example I made of people trying to use internet and somehow thinking that on internet you can break the law and out a rape victim's identity. In other media, in conventional media, you will not do it, not just because you're afraid of going to jail, but because you're afraid of being made to look so cheap. You know, your children will come and say, what kind of parents do such a cheap thing? So I think internet is a medium that is developing. Large populations are getting used to it. Populations, say, in a country like Egypt under Hosni Mubarak or Iran under under QOM will respond to internet in a certain way. They will use internet in a certain way. Populations like India, which is inherently used to argument and democracy and disagreement, mutinies and anarchy, will respond to it in a different way. Yes, I see examples of cyberbullying. I mean, most of us are too thick-skinned to be bothered by that. But if somebody goes on and on saying so-and-so deserves a bullet in his bald head, you know, then police starts calling you and say, please start worrying about yourself. So it does put you off balance, and it is something that you do worry about. But I think that is something that you can live with. I think the larger problem is where it becomes intrusive. And that's where, you know, my old-fashioned objections say to sting journalism comes in. Because sting journalism without prior disclosure should be a crime. If I am, as a media organization, our code of ethics bars us from carrying out stings. But if you are to carry out a sting as a media organization, I have to give somebody prior information, prior disclosure that I am going to do this. So I cannot keep this information or this video with me and use it for blackmail. And what is my instrument of blackmail? It's internet. Because all that will happen is some video will appear somewhere on internet. And I just worry that at this point there are hundreds of people pretending to be journalists with lots of stings in their pockets. We had a sting journalist come to us for a job in a bag. And he said, you want to sting against a judge? I have it. You want to sting against an NGO activist? I have it. You want to sting against an editor? I have it. Because he already had all these stings. And he had sold 3 to a TV news channel, not yours, to a TV news channel already. So these are things that worry you because internet is a force multiplier for good people and virtuous causes. It can also be a force multiplier for a lot of trouble.
Let me get everyone else very quickly to comment on this, including another question. This is on the internet, so I'm taking questions from the net as I speak. To what extent can the internet help in making India a corruption-free zone? Stings may be one of the things, but I wonder if there's something else. Henna, and then I'll come back this way.
No, but there's a lot of corruption in stings.
Absolutely. Not all the stings are
let's be careful.
Yeah. I think, really what no one can dispute the fact that there has to be some discipline around the internet. The issue here really is how do you execute? There's no point having a law which you can't execute on. So how do you execute on a law? And when you bring in a law, the danger is we always regulate for the lowest common denominator. We regulate for what is wrong. And in the process, wipe out what is good. So there's a danger that we overregulate to the point that we lose what is good.
Right, we're almost out of time, so very quickly.
I don't think we should pay too much of credit to, there's spawn, there's this, there's that. I seriously believe it's an issue of parenting. It's an issue of what you imbibe, what are the values you imbibe. And you know, you're always going to have some people who are going to abuse.
It's an issue of parenting, yes, but what kids need the internet, for example, to do homework increasingly, and then suddenly they're exposed to a lot of stuff which perhaps they shouldn't be. So it's making parenting also far more problematic.
Yeah, but you've got to be a responsible parent. You can't shirk your responsibilities thanks to the internet.
Any more than Google can. For
Well,
other issues, right?
it's making
Stand over there.
it's making a doctor's job much tougher because every patient is a Google doctor now.
Yeah.
Before a doctor writes a prescription,
मैंने
you are
Google में
Googling
check
the
किया था, yes.
medication.
What you're saying is all wrong.
I think it's very clear that the internet will have to be regulated. The question is who decides?
Regulated, how and by whom?
The question is how and by whom. That is the question. It will have to be regulated. Yeah. How it will be regulated and who will decide and who will regulate, that is the question that is to be
Now, having thrown that little time bomb out here, or that bomb out here, you please come up with some solutions. This is
Well, I
a
mean,
summit for solutions.
This is not
How do you
something,
regulate the internet?
this is something that the debate, societies which have 75% penetration already, they have not been able to come. They have not been able to come with a solution yet. United States has no solution to this problem yet, right? It's about 78% penetrated, right? And the parts in Europe which are 85% penetrated, so they haven't been able to come up with a solution. So I'm not sure there's an instant solution, but as intellectuals, as policymakers, as thinkers, we have to put our minds to this problem. That's all.
Rajan, you no doubt have a solution.
No, clearly, what's happening, it's an evolving medium, right? We have 20%, not even 20% of Indians online. We'll have 50 and 60% over the next 3 or 4 years. So there are lots of things I think we're going to all collectively have to learn and shape. But, we've talked about lots of concerns we have about the internet, but I think Suhail pointed this out. It's very important for us to keep in mind the amazing things the internet could do for India, whether it's around education, healthcare, distribution of public services, and keep that in balance, right? Because we can all get carried away saying lots of people are doing bad things about the internet, but the reality is today, if you think about all the core issues we have as a country, be it education, healthcare, internet can be an enabler. It can't solve all these problems, but it can be an amazing enabler, and I think we need to keep that in mind and keep the balance.
Right. Education, actually an important point which we haven't touched on so far, but the ability to take quality education to the length and the breadth of the country and indirectly strengthen democracy with that is massive.
On balance, the good that has been done with the introduction of the internet far exceeds its evil.
The bad.
And in particular, the quality of life for most people, whether it's for businesses or whether it's for the individuals buying railway tickets, has improved as a result of the internet. May I just finish?
That is not the argument.
No, the point is, therefore, if you apply existing laws to a new medium, you are likely
kill
to
it.
stifle it, you're likely to kill it. Internet needs at least a greater degree of license than has been hitherto allowed for existing laws. And I think because it's a new challenge, you ought to be able to confront it and cope with it in a new way. If the same sort of messages which you get as a form of rebuttal on Twitter to something which I have said was to appear in the print media, it would be completely unacceptable. But am I going to take that person, including particularly these days the representatives of the stage army of the good, which is in Delhi, their language is equally vile.
Okay. Final comment from you on this.
Well, I think you've touched on a number of issues to do with the internet. I mean, you talked about easy access to pornography. Yes, as a father of 2 young sons, it is something that is not far from one's mind. Is there an easy solution to this? No. I mean, I remember my own childhood. We didn't have the internet then, but there was pornography floating around boarding schools even at that time. How do you control it? I don't think you can. I'll stick my neck out and say I think the internet has gone too far now to be regulated. As much as my fellow panelists might believe that the internet will have to be, I don't think it can be. I don't think, unless you were to reverse things and become completely dictatorial like China, I don't think you can in any sort of reasonable manner regulate the internet. There is a lot of good that happens with the internet. You have to take the bad with the good. I take your point about cyberbullying and the abuse on Twitter. Look, nobody forces us to be there.
Right.
If I'm not comfortable with the kind of abuse I'm getting on Twitter, switch off, sign off.
A lot of people have,
I mean, take a Twitter break or a detox.
Switch channels.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. Nobody's twisted our arms and
switch
said,
off
stay there.
and go online if you don't like it. Well, I'd like to thank the panel for what's been a really stimulating discussion, and I'm not sure we have a solution for how to regulate the internet. At some point we'll have to do that. Well, of course, this is the internet age, so do continue to write into us, tell us what you think about all of this, and remember the hashtag NDTV25 to let us know. Thank you so much for watching.